As the custodian of the country's geoscience data, the Council for Geoscience says unlocking new mineral discoveries will be critical to driving economic growth, job creation, and strengthening Africa's position in the global mining industry. We're now joined by the Council for Geoscience Chief Executive Officer, Mosa Mabuza. A very good evening to you. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Having me on the show.
Perhaps let's start right at the beginning. Junior Indaba is focused essentially on attracting investment into exploration and junior mining. How would you assess the current state of mineral exploration in South Africa as you and I speak?
Well, it is not nearly at the levels that match the quality of geology that South Africa has. There is an incredible scope for closing the gap between the quality of geology we have, that is at the top quartile of whatever measure you put, and the levels of exploration in the country that are currently at the bottom quartile. And so events like the Indaba of today, and our participation in there seek to reconcile that gap so that we can have the levels of exploration activities that are consistent with the quality of geology and the opportunities that South Africa presents, particularly with the enthusiasm of the world and the shift towards the so-called critical minerals. And so we think that it is an area that remains grossly untapped in our country. And so it presents unprecedented levels of exploration activities and investment, as it were. I was quite excited to see men and women in the room with a lot of enthusiasm and excitement about the possibilities that lie ahead for exploration and augmenting the base of our economy as a country.
Yeah, as you talk about the men and women in the room and the level of excitement, we often hear that South Africa is underexplored compared to its geological potential. What opportunities remain untapped? And, especially if one has to consider which minerals are generating the greatest interest for investors?
Well, let me put it to you like this. That South Africa's geology is second to none in the world. We have been so spoiled as South Africans that if you look at, you can pick any mineral. The amount of gold that obtains on surface today, since human beings started extracting gold, more than a third of that gold comes from South Africa alone. That is just the quality and the volumes that we have been blessed with the gold. We have 87% reserves of manganese. We have over 80% of platinum group metals. We are a significant, we have a lion's share of chrome, over 42% of chrome reserves in the world. Then we have these new minerals that we have not traditionally focused on. I haven't mentioned a whole range of other minerals that we have already been extracting. But we have a whole suite of new minerals that we have not particularly paid attention to since our forebears did what they did geologically and laid to bear the discovery of these amazing mineralizing systems of gold, PGMs, manganese, coal, and others. In terms of these, the new addition of critical minerals. So if you look at lithium, for instance, We have not spoken about lithium possibilities in this country. Graphite, ordinary South Africans don't think we have graphite. We have tantalum, we have niobium, we have antimony, hafnium, and many other minerals that geologically we know that we have, and the information that we have generated and we continue to generate indicates to the concentration of those minerals. Of course, somebody who does exploration has to then take what is available, narrow it down to determine the economic possibilities.
Yeah.
With the supply chains for these critical minerals and the geopolitical evolution and the demands that are the demand tension and the supply tensions in the east and the west, and whichever way you look at them geographically, those present unprecedented opportunities for a country like ours that has always sought to be a friendly member of all members of the global community.
Mr. Mabuza, perhaps as you speak about the abundance of minerals and some areas which in fact are untapped, junior mining companies are often responsible for making new discoveries, but of course frequently struggle to access capital. What kind of support mechanisms do you think are needed to help such companies succeed? I mean, you speak about an abundance here, but who is going to access this abundance, especially as we face reality here at home, the unemployment rate, and of course, young people making up a massive share of that?
Well, there are some things that we have already done. You may be aware that government created the first phase of a 400 million rand junior mining and exploration fund that is administered by the IDC, initiated by the Ministry of Mineral and Petroleum Resources and supported by us at the Council for Geosciences technically. We had opened 2 windows of application specifically for junior mining and exploration. And the first window of 160 million was concluded with 8 beneficiaries last year, and we're just at the process of concluding the second window of 240 million rand to close the 400 million. You're absolutely correct. Traditionally, in South Africa, the funding for greenfield exploration has not been readily forthcoming. We have not had the culture as a country of investing in the greenfield exploration space. We deem it to be high risk, and we wait for people to participate in that space until they get to a competent person's report level. And only at that level do you then get the attention of the financial community. So in closing that gap, we put forward a comprehensive value proposition to say we know that 400 million is not enough to close that gap, but we are putting it forward as a mechanism to prove and test the concept, so that once we have tested that indeed exploration in South Africa and the mining industry broadly remain a sunrise industry that require particular attention. With the successes that we will generate, we will be able to get you and all other ordinary South Africans and exceptional South Africans interested in seeing the true value that exploration can bring when you are using a correct lens to look at the geological information as a mechanism to de-risk the exploration phase and give you confidence that the money that you put in exploration with the right strategic partners of geologists can be a credible value proposition that can bring about the returns that, in fact, the highest levels of returns you would get, I would argue, you would get from investing in exploration. And I'm hoping with conversations like these, we will get more and more South Africans interested in participating and investing in exploration. One of the things we are looking at is what are some of the fiscal instruments we can use to encourage South Africans to put a little bit of money and invest it in exploration companies. And I think when we crack that hurdle open, we'll begin to see a massive shift of South Africans interested in investing in the minerals that belong to them, and they can be one of the greatest beneficiaries from the development of these minerals.
Okay, thank you very much. I wish we had more time, but interesting take there. Thank you for your time. Council for Geoscience Chief Executive Officer Mosa Mabuza.